Worst Subway experience ever. We got 5 sandwiches. We ordered them through the app. We went home to eat. We hadn't eat. Sorry. I text like this, like not using correct grammar and punctuation, but to write a Yelp review and leave it up like this. We hadn't eat nothing but breakfast. We were starving. So they're hungry and they ordered their 5 sandwiches through the app. Cool, I'm here with you. After we ate half of our footlong, my mom had an urge to use the bathroom. She had a veggie patty sandwich. We checked half of the footlong after, and the patty wasn't fully cooked. Yikes. Then I checked half of my footlong, and the chicken and bacon weren't fully cooked either. I was throwing up, and when the bacon came out, it came out pink. It wasn't even cooked either. This is outrageous. I would post pictures, but they're a little disturbing. Thank you for not posting pictures of your vomit, since it's throw up. Thank you. But I can be reached at this email. I would appreciate a full refund. Fair. I think you could probably use the app to settle that, but what can you do? That's gross. Why are we undercooking food? I mean, I'm gonna side. I mean, these Subway reviews are like making sense. Kind of here for them. The wife and husband owners are absolutely rude. I'm calling corporate. No, you're not. You probably are. I'm calling corporate to also let them know how bad they treat their customers and run their business. This location is right next to our home, and we rarely go to Subway anymore because of how we are treated every time, together or separately. What did you do to these Subway workers? Seriously, it never fails. There's always an issue when we go in. Then don't go in. Find a new Subway. There's so many. Throw a rock, you'll hit a Subway. There's so many Subways. The sandwiches are never up to par, and they act like they're bothered to make a sandwich. They probably are. The husband is really odd, and the wife is a total bitch. Oh, you're calling out the owners. Got it. I thought you were talking about yourself. My bad. Do not go there. They suck. More than their crappy sandwiches. Thank heaven Kneaders is across the street. I don't know what Kneaders is. I'm assuming it's another food place. Much better quality and superior service than this crappy Subway. Stay away. Why didn't you just go to Kneaders the whole time? Jamie, you're disappointing me. The owner, Scott, is the rudest person I've met in a long time. I've called and complained on him, and I think that anyone else who witnesses his behavior would do the same. What's he doing? Can you give me a little bit more context, please? I am determined to make this man understand that the way he is running this business is not sufficient. Do you not have a job? Do you not have anything going for you in your life? You are determined to make this man understand the way he's running his business is not sufficient. Okay. Scott seems to be an unhappy, miserable person. I think you're talking about yourself, who treats his employees like crap. Honestly, I'm defending Scott because you're not giving me evidence. Scott might be the worst person ever, but still. Scott has no respect for himself. How do you know that? His business, the Subway franchise, his employees or his customers, and you have no respect for punctuation such as commas. Save yourself the trouble and just go to another Subway. The food is pretty much the same. Yes, she has the right thought process there at the end. However, she posted a picture of this man. Don't take pictures of people without their consent and post it on the internet. The caption for it is, Scott, he has the worst customer service. Yo, let Scott live. Maybe he's a bad guy, but let Scott live. You don't need to post about him. You don't need to post him. That's crazy. That is wild. Don't be doing that. Don't be doing that. I don't even know where to begin. This Subway is a hot mess. Let me start off by saying I should never have gone here when I saw all the windows were fogged up. This isn't Howard Johnson with indoor swimming pool. It must be a local reference. So how can it be so warm in there? that all the windows are fogged up. Oh, I know. Satan is running the place. This has escalated. The woman who I now lovingly dubbed El Diablo, or ED, erectile dysfunction for short, looks like a 1985 Texas beauty pageant winner with that hair of hers. Unnecessary. I don't know about her skills in the orgasm arena. What? But this woman definitely could fake a smile. Yo! She's a downright... What did she do to you? I think her and the Devo, male diva. Thank you for... wouldn't have known what that meant. At Big Town Hero on Sandy were evil twin sisters in their past life. Stingy isn't even the word for how erectile dysfunction was with the toppings. She was holding those beautiful pre-chopped veggies hostage. Please let me go. When my boyfriend asked her for a little more lettuce, she gave him a look that could cut through carbon steel. She's Superman. What's another handful of lettuce? 0.000001 cent. I lost track of my thought in the moment. Not only that, but when I asked her for the bathroom key, she told me I'd have to ask the person on the next shift. Let me get this straight. I'm confused as well. You're the owner and you don't have a key to your own restroom? Whatever. I don't want to pee into your toilet anyway. This lady's so pissed that she won't piss in this toilet. It's probably the portal that you use to go back to hell each night. Yo, I would read a book written by Jennifer. Also, my boyfriend and I didn't notice the religious music another reviewer mentioned. I have no idea what kind of Tammy Faye Baker mumbo jumbo that was. And considering erectile dysfunction is on the opposing team from the big man in the sky, made very little sense to me. On a related note, the bread tasted like stale communion hosts. All that she said is that the lady is stingy with the lettuce and that she didn't have a bathroom key one time. And so she is the literal devil who uses a toilet that she will not pee in as a portal to go to hell. What? Last paragraph. I saw a couple words in here that looked amazing. Look, I still love Subway, and we'll go back to one that doesn't suck big, hairy donkey balls. Disgusting. I would never patronize the Subway again, because this homie don't play that. Jennifer, don't call yourself that. You're losing credibility, even though you don't have any credibility. Don't say this homie don't play that. If you value customer service or a decent sandwich, don't go here. It was a bad review, but 5 stars for me. 5 stars, Jennifer. Sometimes I remember to rate things, some things I don't. Horrible experience. The manager or owner at this particular Subway restaurant needs to be fired. That is a wild statement. Why? I don't know her name. She's a brunette with the permanent scowl on her face. I have never been so appalled at how a manager publicly treats her employees and customers. The behavior I observed yesterday had me in tears. Okay, so she cried based on the way this person treated their employees. Let's see. Where do you find these people and what are their qualifications? Not only was she putting her finger in the employee's face, I'm glad that sentence ended with face, she was muttering insults about customers under her breath. The climax came when she rudely confronted a family of 5 because their 2-year-old was standing on a bench to eat her food rather than sitting on her bottom. A 2-year-old, a toddler, who could not reach the tabletop. The manager snapped at the parents and embarrassed them. Not only was it the rudest confrontation, it was completely unnecessary. This left the family embarrassed and upset enough to have them trash their food and leave immediately. I followed them out. So you're have secondhand upsetness in this moment. I followed them out of the store to make sure that they're okay, let them know How they were treated was wrong and they should not be tolerated. Okay, great. You're a warrior for those people. They were visibly confused and offended by the whole ordeal. I am offended as well. They're clearly not offended enough to write a Yelp review like you have. This is the second time I've been to that particular restaurant, and the manager was working both times. Absolutely shocking how she manages, rude, impatient, unhappy intakes. So you have 2 interactions with this person and you've decided how their entire life goes. It's completely unacceptable. She's not a leader. She's not friendly. She's not qualified to even ring customers up. That crazy statements. Wild statements. The employees are treated like crap. You gave no examples of that. The whole vibe of this place is off. Dude, fire this lady. The vibes are off. The vibes, bro. The vibes are off. Fire her. She told someone to sit on their butt instead of on a table. That's a 2-year-old. That's just, the vibes are off. I mean, she could have been the worst and said it in that really bad way and handled it poorly. But like, this didn't even happen to you and you're writing a Yelp review. How does she even keep staff? She probably pays them. That's how she keeps them. After telling a few people about my experience here, I've received a handful of stories in extremely similar in nature. Not surprised so many of you feel the same way. Unbelievable. Well, thank you for that 0-star review. This is from Jessie J, not the singer. Oh, this is an employee. Is this the same location? I think this is the same location. Okay, here we go. We're getting some tea. I used to work for the Subway. I worked here for about 6 months and it was an awful experience. I loved the employees that I worked with. The customers were generally nice and friendly. The only problem I have with the Subway is the owner who runs it. Uh-oh, evidence is stacking. Even though it was a secondhand story, I have no respect for your secondhand story. I'm sorry. But this is a true account. She is the mean, ugly, rude lady with the black hair who looks like Gene Simmons that everyone is writing about. Don't need to comment on her appearance, but I hear you. She has such a bad reputation that she's been nicknamed the Beast of Broadway. I'm assuming this Subway's on Broadway. I have had customers come in and remember her being an awful person 10 years ago. Damn, you've been holding on to that for 10 years? Let it go. Frozen that. How can you be such a hateful person for so long? Michelle's the owner who would yell on the phone in her office to her boyfriend so loud that I could hear it in the dining room of the Subway. She dropped F-bombs and she cursed and yelled on the phone while kids and families were hearing in the distance. I wish I could say this was a rare occurrence, but it happened multiple times per week. Twice per week, probably. Oh no, there's an accusation coming. That looks crazy. It made a very uncomfortable environment to work in. She has also been here to use the N-word. Michelle. Unacceptable. I agree. Let alone someone in the cut. Yeah, I agree. Wow. Okay, so Michelle seems to be a little racist. She once made me pick tomatoes out of the trash that I had thrown away that were gross and squishy and falling apart and weren't tomatoes that I would eat, let alone serve to any of my customers. Yes, I am sorry, but I have served you food out of the trash. I do believe this, that's been my experience here. I didn't work at Subway, but I know a lot of people who have. She also tried to make another employee serve jalapenos that have been dropped on the floor. Gross, yeah. She participates in illegal business practices. She does not allow employees to take lunch breaks during 8-hour shifts. That's yikes. Maybe she's the one stealing tips too from the other city. There's an air of secrecy with her and her boyfriend, Leonard, working there. Okay, so now this person is dating someone inside the store too. I was not allowed to give out her name or say that she even worked there. I was asked to direct them to the assistant manager instead. She's an awful boss, awful person to customers. I have customers complain to me overhear her insulting their wives and children. Oh, I was always nice to my customers and treat them nicely, and then she would lurk over my shoulders, yell at my customers, telling them to hurry up, putting everyone in a crappy mood. Seriously, it seems like she doesn't even want customers. Well, I was on Michelle's side until these revelations came up, and I hope justice was served. There's nothing clear in the Yelp reviews, but I do hope that justice was served. Jeez. If you did make it to the end of the video, shout out to you. You're great. Remember to be nice to people. Don't just write Yelp reviews, and be generous and kind and so grace to people and whatnot. And until next time, I will see you.